Are you looking to improve your public speaking skills, but you don't know where to start or what to do? If we have not met before, my name is Kit Pang, and here on this channel at Boston Speaks, I'm here to help you improve your communication and public speaking skills. I have been speaking for a while now. I've been in Toastmasters. I'm a keynote speaker on communication and public speaking skills. A lot of the things that I've noticed is that we all have the same challenges when it comes to our public speaking skills. So whether if it's we're afraid of public speaking, our body language, our vocal variety, or just knowing how to give a good delivery or how to structure our talk, or even how to speak impromptu, we all have the same challenges. But here are the best ways in 2019 and beyond to practice your public speaking and to practice it fast. The very first thing you have to notice is right now, I am on video. You can do the same exact thing. Now, going on video, I'm going to say it has the same effect as speaking to, let's say, 300 people, because you will still be feeling, okay, what do I have to say? How am I going to look? Oh, if I even post this on social media, what will my audience or my friends be thinking about me? You will have the same thoughts that you'll be thinking if you was to speak to a crowd. Of course, it's a little bit different because you're looking at a camera, but this is public speaking for 2019 and beyond, is knowing how to speak to a camera. So that's one of the fastest ways to practice your public speaking, because you'll be practicing your vocal variety, your body language, your mindset. How do you structure your talk? Even on a video, it's the same thing. Okay, how am I going to give the introduction? How am I going to break it down in the middle? Or how do I wrap everything up? So you can practice these skills. You can go on, Facebook Live, any social media live, or you can take a video and edit it afterwards. So the difference between editing and going live is that going live, you can have more of a conversation with your audience. Like public speaking, you are live there with your audience. If you take the time to edit, there's nothing wrong with that. But again, if you edit though, I'm going to say a lot of people will think, oh, I don't like the way I sound, or I don't know how to edit, or I'm just going to splice it in so many ways. And by the time you splice it, it's going to be 2-3 hours. So I do recommend going live. Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, just go on live and just experience the moment if you have not gone live yet. If you do go live on a regular basis, you can think of, how can I make my next live a little bit better, right? Same thing as speaking in public. Do I have to work on that intro? Do I have to work on knowing how to wrap everything up and then moving people to the next step? So that's one of the best ways to practice your public speaking nowadays, because you can just flip on that camera. Of course, if you're scared of the camera, it's the same thing. It's like we're scared of public speaking. You have to hit the numbers. It's like riding a bicycle, right? If you're riding a bicycle, usually people will not read a whole manual on, okay, how am I going to ride the bicycle? They just get out there and they learn how to ride the bicycle, and they have to learn how to fall a few times. Even though it sounds harsh, do the same thing with your public speaking. You can see from any successful speaker or any YouTuber, they can say, wow, my first 100, 200, 300 videos were kind of bad, and now they're kind of good. Also, this is interesting. They say if you want to get paid as a speaker, give 150 free talks on that topic. And by the time you give around 150 talks, people will come up to you and ask, how much do you charge for your speaking? Okay. The next thing is, if you want to practice your public speaking skills, you have to treat non-public speaking situations like a public speaking situation. So here's what I mean. The next time you, let's say, go to a networking event, or you go to any event, and they say, okay, who wants to be the first one to introduce themselves? Well, that's an opportunity for you to raise your hands and to speak in public, right? You're still working on your vocal variety, your mindset, your body language. How do you structure your talk? Maybe you're speaking off the cuff. So take any non-public speaking situation and think of it as a public speaking situation. For example, even if you are at the supermarket, you're speaking in public. If people are asking you for directions, how clear are you in giving those directions? You see, most people as adults are very self-critical, because after a talk we're thinking, I did not structure that the best way. Well, What if someone came up to ask you for directions? Would you be thinking, oh, I didn't structure it that way, that good, right? Maybe you can think of it that way. How can I give the best directions? Or how can I talk the best when I'm having a normal conversation? It goes back to exactly the same thing, okay? Treat non-public speaking situations and make it into a public speaking situation. Because here's the thing. How do you know if, let's say you see a dancer, how do you know if that person's a dancer? Well, you can see that person dance. That person will probably be talking about dance. If he or she is teaching dance, you'll see him or her teach dance. Here's the thing with public speaking. How do you know if someone is good at public speaking? Well, it's a lifestyle. Maybe you'll see them speaking on camera. Maybe you'll see them raising their hands and being the first few to speak and not being afraid to share their opinions. And when they speak, people will say, wow, you have such a way with words. How do you do it? It's a constant practice. So make public speaking a lifestyle. And the very third tip is you have to make the experience live. You have to make the experience real. So how can you give yourself a challenge and make yourself a better public speaker? What is that challenge you can give to yourself? Can you sign up for a leadership position, to volunteer to, let's say, even check people in at an event where you have to speak to people? Or maybe there's a talk coming up, like a TED Talk. Many people will say, I'm going to wait till 2 years later to apply for a TED Talk. Well, why can't you apply for it now? How can you build that challenge? Or maybe you can join a speaking organization like Toastmasters. It's like Zumba, there's one near you. How can you join Toastmasters and say, I need to get stage time, okay? You have to get stage time, but more importantly, you have to give yourself a challenge. It's like going to fitness class. You cannot go to a gym once or twice a month and call yourself fit. If you want to be a good public speaker, you cannot just speak once a year and do a presentation and say, I'm a good public speaker. Maybe the challenge for you is to say, okay, how can I find a speaking engagement, whether if it's on video or in person, once a month, twice a week, right? So give yourself a challenge. If you want to become a better public speaker, it's not up to your significant other, it's not up to your friend, it's up to you to give yourself that kick in the butt. Only you can practice look, public speaking is a verb. You have to take action in order for you to get better. So, what's one thing that you will do to improve your public speaking? Drop it in the comments below. I would love to hear it. Bye-bye now.